Hey there, and welcome to Tech Talk here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's News and Talk. I'm Greg Rhodes here with David Leavitt, president and founder of Refresh Computer Superstore, and technician Adam Littlefield. You can contact the Refresh Computer Superstore by calling the free tech support hotline at 407-478-8200. Or if you have any other questions, go and leave an open mic inside the WDBO app. You can also check out the website over at refreshcomputers.net or stop in at the Refresh Computer Superstore in Longwood at 820 East State Road 434, just 3.5 miles east of I-4 in Longwood. Store hours are Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you're listening to the show here on Saturday, it means you still have time to stop by. Be open until 7 p.m. today. And now, David and Adam.
All right. Thanks, Greg, and thanks, everybody, for listening to another edition of Tech Talk with Refresh Computers. You know, this is the first show in August. Happy August, everybody. And August is sales tax-free holiday for computers and laptops in the state of Florida. So that, you know, there's a limit, right? It's $1,500,
yes,
right, Adam?
$1,500 on anything that can be used for school, as far as school items,
right.
Computers, a lot of other stuff, too.
Yeah, well, lots of stuff, a lot of accessories for computers. And, you know, it's for back to school, so businesses are exempt. You know, if you're a business, you're supposed to still pay the sales tax. I'll throw that out there. And, you know, so it's really cool. This is the longest one we've had. You know, usually these last like a week, maybe 2 weeks, I think, one time.
That was a big change in the budget this year. Yep.
Yeah, the entire month of August, no sales tax on computers and laptops. So keep that in mind, you know, so you can save an additional 7% on everything that you're buying computer and laptop wise, as long as it's not for a business.
Exactly.
So businesses are supposed to still pay the sales tax. I'll throw that out there. So we have another topic to talk about Microsoft, what they're doing with LibreOffice, or to LibreOffice, I should say, what they're doing to LibreOffice. If you don't know what LibreOffice is, it is an open source, free Excel, Word, PowerPoint compatible program. So it's like an Office program, right? Like a Microsoft Office program. And they've been providing this free utility for, gosh, Adam, I don't know how long.
I think
a decade or two. It's been a long
something
time.
like that. It's been a long time. They've been the main competitor for Office as far as the freeware area goes.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I've always wondered why Microsoft didn't have an issue with that. You know what I mean? Because you can, with LibreOffice, you can open, edit, you can create, edit, you know, save files in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint formats. Yeah. Yeah, right.
Without and open them in Word. Yeah. There's nothing goes wrong.
Right. Using the Microsoft Office program to open them and do so. So it was compatible back and forth, two ways. And I always wondered why Microsoft just allowed this to happen, because, you know, Microsoft charges for Office.
Yeah.
And Microsoft has historically been rather restrictive on those kinds of things, people trying to utilize their software in that way, right?
Yeah, well, guess what? They just got very restrictive with LibreOffice. And so, Adam, what did they just recently do? This just happened, right? This week.
Yeah, just a couple days ago, actually. One of the main developers of LibreOffice, his Microsoft account was just banned. No warning. It was just locked and banned.
Shut off.
It says you have violated our terms of service, and that's it. If you would like to make an appeal, send something here. He made an appeal, and within, I think, 5 or 10 minutes, it was instantly denied.
So let me understand this, because, you know, was he using his Microsoft account for nefarious reasons, and was that why Microsoft cut him off, or was he using his Microsoft account to look into more details of the Microsoft Office program in order to enhance LibreOffice? Because LibreOffice got updates all the time also.
Yeah, it's hard to say, really. You know, you can look at it in one way, because Microsoft and LibreOffice has always kind of butted heads. LibreOffice had a time where they were saying Microsoft was starting to use exclusive file formats that was cutting off open source access, and you might look at it as retaliation, but there could be something going on behind that was violating their terms of service that he wasn't thinking that did, or possibly Microsoft just wanted to be a little extra picky and do that to him, but it's hard to say.
So is it going to affect the compatibility between LibreOffice and Microsoft Office, you think?
I think there would be a large group of people that'd be really upset if it did. A lot of people use this program. We put this on our computers at the store as a free available program because it's nice to have an Office alternative.
Because it's open source and it's free. You're right.
But, I feel a large group of people would be extremely upset at Microsoft if they kind of locked down on this and locked down their file structure.
I just can't see them doing that, although there's always been a part of me, Adam, that wouldn't blame them if they did because, it's a business, and somebody is kind of, I don't know, are they copying them? I don't want to accuse LibreOffice of copying anybody because, I don't know if they really are, but it's just kind of odd that they're able to have all these tools that can create, edit, and open Microsoft Office files.
Well, I remember Microsoft had a pretty big problem with Google when Google initially came out with their Sheets and their whole suite of programs as well. So, like you said, I'm surprised it's taken this long for Microsoft to kind of have maybe a little bit of a reaction now as Libre seems to be kind of infringing on a couple of proprietary items of Microsoft's at this point.
And that's the thing really with open source is there's a very gray area when you're talking about open source software because open source, it means it's developed by the community. Whatever community is there, they create it. They're not being paid for it. They, maybe they asked for donations, but they're not charging you for their work. And a good point of that is there's another Notepad alternative I use called Notepad++. It's, to me, way better than the built-in Notepad of Windows. It gives you organized lines. It will actually structure code. It'll kind of show you if where's an error because everything's color-coded. Whereas normal Notepad's just black and white.
Is that a free utility?
It is a free utility.
Do you know where people can go to get it?
I think it's just Notepad++'s website. It's notepadplus.com.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that's one of my favorite open source programs, and I know personally if Microsoft locks down their Notepad format .txt to only their program, I'm going to be super upset about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Microsoft owns the .txt though.
I don't think either, but it's an example I want to use just because as far as file structure goes, if you start locking down very specific ones to only be usable with your program, like their .docx I think is the extension for Word.
That was
if you lock down that one, you're causing a lot of problem, I think.
Well, because there's so many programs that can open those.
Exactly.
Right? Not just LibreOffice, but a lot of other programs can open those doc files. .docx. There's a lot of them actually that Microsoft uses, especially for PowerPoint and Excel as well.
Now, if I remember correctly, they started introducing that .docx file format with Windows and Microsoft Office XP. If I'm recalling correctly, but
I don't recall.
Yeah,
but I believe that they started using, and then there were certain formats like formatting issues when you ever would transfer over from doc to docx and different issues. Because I remember that happening when I was in my college classes.
I definitely remember those.
I remember those back in about I'd say elementary school maybe. So seeing that happen and just wondering what's going on.
Right. So it's interesting to see just kind of how as those extensions change throughout the years and just kind of what Microsoft actually still can do around those kinds of programs just to kind of make that a little bit different. You don't get all the full functions even if you are using an open source format that's supposed to be able to recognize those.
That's right. And the other thing about Microsoft Office, well, now it's called Microsoft 365, unless they just changed it again.
It's
it was
changed
Office.
a lot.
They changed it to Office 365, and then more recently, I think it was Microsoft 365.
I think they tried Copilot 365 at one point. That was another one of them. They're having a naming issue as well, it seems, recently.
Yeah, but all of them basically will give you Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and also their mail service, right? So I don't understand why. I don't understand why they just haven't done something about this a long time ago. I just don't know. But
and
I know a lot of people are happy they haven't. But are they going to in the future? Really, we don't know. All we know right now is they pretty much froze the accounts of some of the developers over at LibreOffice.
Yeah. The interesting thing too, I was reading about it when he was going through to try and recover his account. It was a very backwards way to do it because when he goes to contact support, you have to sign into an account. Well, he can't sign into an account to
'Cause they
contact
blocked it.
support. So he ended up, I think, having to contact their support through his wife's Microsoft account.
Oh my gosh.
To say, hey, I have this other account that I need help with. And Microsoft was really holding back for a moment, saying, well, you need to log in with that account. I can't log into that account. Turned into a really weird scenario there.
That's got to be a little bit of an awkward back and forth with the customer
think so,
service
yeah.
on that one. No, we mentioned that this is an open source product. Or do you guys have any concerns about using open source products or whether maybe making sure you download from a reliable source for some of these open source products, things like that?
That's the good point, honestly, is you want to download it from the source of whoever is producing it. Open source it's just a bag of cats that's ready to be opened, and just you don't know what's going to come flying out of it. It can be a really good program like LibreOffice or Notepad++, but I know there are programs that people right out there advertise as open source, and you go into it, it's not open source, so you can't view the visible code of the program, which means it's not open source, or it's extremely malicious, collects data, just malware at that point. So
And just because it's open source doesn't mean it is easily hacked.
Exactly,
Either, because there are people that work diligently, I'm sure, at LibreOffice. I've never heard of a issue with LibreOffice, for example. There may have been some, but I have not heard of any issue at all as far as security is concerned with them.
I haven't either, no.
So there must be, some programming involved in that open source programming that allows for security.
And a good example of it, going a little bit into the tech side of it with open source, is if you're looking at operating systems, you've got Microsoft Windows that's produced by Microsoft. It's on your computer. You can't really change anything around code level wise with Windows. You just kind of have it. You can disable some stuff, but not to the depths of using something like Linux, for example.
Right. Well, it's not open source.
Exactly. Linux is open source, where you can
Go
really
in and
go in,
change
you can
code.
view anything, change code. But that's the thing with Linux, is if you don't know what you're doing, you can blow up your whole operating system and have to start over.
And changing the code, you're not changing it for everybody. You're only changing it on your computer.
Exactly.
So, and that's the same thing with LibreOffice. If you're into that kind of thing, you can make modifications to LibreOffice on your computer.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change it for anybody else. It's just on your computer.
Exactly. And that's what I like with open source, is it's crowdsourcing. You have the internet, you have the whole world that can contribute to this open source platform, and if they actually submit changes to it, it's reviewed by the development team, and if it's something that they want to implement, they will. That's how open source works, is it's just crowdsourcing. Whereas with Windows, you've got developers at Windows who decide what the operating system does, how it does it. You as a person, if you have experience with coding, don't get a say really in what they do sometimes.
Right. Well, and to tell you the truth, Adam, as far as Office 365 is concerned, I subscribe to that, and LibreOffice is nice, I guess, but I just feel like I gotta have that. I gotta have the Microsoft version of Excel running all the time, because I just feel like I can probably do more with it. Maybe I can't. I don't know, really, because I don't use LibreOffice at all. I have in the past, but not that much. But I just know that the Office package is extremely robust. They've been around for a few decades now, and you can do so much with it. The only thing I don't use is Outlook. I don't use Outlook for my email.
I don't blame you.
That's a whole nother topic. I use Gmail for my emails. It's funny. I pay for the Office program every year. It's like $100, but I get up to like 6 users can use it. And
you get expanded cloud storage with that as well,
you
right?
do. You get the OneDrive, 1 terabyte of each user gets 1 terabyte.
So there is more to Office than just their programs as well.
So there's more to. So you can't really compare Microsoft Office to LibreOffice in that regard, because you get so much more with Microsoft Office.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trade-off, and it depends on really what you need and what you utilize every day in your life and programs and things like that. So if you used any of these open source programs like LibreOffice, or one that maybe you'd recommend, we'd love to hear about it. Use that open mic feature inside the WDBO app. You've been listening to Tech Talk here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Welcome back to Tech Talk here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk. I'm Greg Rhodes here with David Leavitt, president and founder of Refresh Computer Superstore, and technician Adam Littlefield. You can contact the Refresh Computer Superstore by calling their free tech support hotline at 407-478-8200. And as we mentioned before, if you have any open source products that you'd like to recommend, or if you've used LibreOffice and want to talk about your experience, let us know. Use that open mic feature inside the WDBO app. And now back to David and Adam.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening to Tech Talk with Refresh Computers. You know, you can listen to this show in its entirety using a podcast format that we created a few years ago by going to refreshcomputers.net and clicking on that podcast link at the top of the screen. You'll be able to hear this show without commercials. It's about 41 minutes or so. And you can listen to shows that we've done going back almost 3 years now. So don't miss that. It's a very unique place that you can go and check out some old stuff. You can check out sales we had 3 years ago and that kind of thing. It's kind of cool.
Interesting to see how everything has just progressed in the last 3 years.
That's right.
Especially with tech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially with tech. It's ever changing. So, you know, and as Greg mentioned, we're talking about LibreOffice. And if you've never heard of that, it's a Microsoft Office compatible program that's free. And I'll spell it for you. So if you're trying to find it, it's LIB as in boy, REOFFICE. So if you Google that, make sure you go to the LibreOffice website, which I think is a .org.
I believe it's .org, yes.
Make sure you go right to that website if you're going to download it, because it is a free download. You get, compatibility software with Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and you can get it right there from the LibreOffice website. And just like I said, be careful. Make sure you're on the LibreOffice. If you're not sure that you're on the LibreOffice website, give us a call at 407-478-8200. That's our free tech support hotline, and we can kind of guide you over the phone where to go, what to do, how to download it. It's a pretty easy download and very easy setup. So just remember that. And, we were also talking about the sales tax holiday.
Yeah, start of this month, August.
The whole month of August. So, those of you who know me personally know that I believe that every month should be sales tax-free holidays, but it just can't be. We do need things, right? We need services from our government, from time to time. So I guess the sales tax kind of helps pay for that. But, the state of Florida has such a surplus of money, good for us, I guess, good for them, that instead of only doing a week or 2 weeks of sales tax-free purchases of computers and laptops, they decided to do it for the entire month of August. So, and you can actually go on our website too.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you have to be not a business. So if you're a business, you need to pay the sales tax. So, but you can go to the website at refreshcomputers.net. It's already set up so where, if you're not a business, it'll won't charge you sales tax. So you have to kind of, certify that you're not a business, I guess, when you're buying there. And you can pick out anything there and pay for it and pick it up at the store. And we're going to, in the next segment, which we'll be getting to after the next break, we'll be talking about all kinds of deals that we're having, going on right now at Refresh Computers. And, again, each one of these is sales tax free. So stay tuned for that segment.
And paying, and as you have those great deals, you're going to save an additional 7% off of what you would have paid, because once you go into the store, you don't have to pay that sales tax. So
that's right. They're already great deals, even when you had to pay the sales tax. And I can tell you, that there's Windows 11 is a necessity for more and more people now, because Windows 10 is expiring. What a great opportunity to go ahead and upgrade to a computer.
That's what I was about to say. There's no better time than right now to really look into upgrading, because you've got until October 14th before Windows 10 support is being dropped.
And you have until the end of August to not pay sales tax.
Exactly.
So put the two together.
It's a perfect moment for anybody out there that's still considering those upgrades.
The perfect time. Happy back to school season for you guys. Thanks again.
All right. Yeah. Our pleasure. And don't forget that free tech support hotline you can call also to inquire about any of our computers and laptops. It's 407-478-8200.
You've been listening to Tech Talk right here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Hey there, and welcome to Tech Talk here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's News and Talk. I'm Greg Rhodes here with David Leavitt, president and founder of Refresh Computer Superstore, and technician Adam Littlefield. You can contact the Refresh Computer Superstore by calling their free tech support hotline at 407-478-8200. You can also check out the website over at refreshcomputers.net or stop in at the Refresh Computer Superstore in Longwood at 820 East State Road 434, just 3.5 miles east of I-4 in Longwood. Store hours are Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you're listening to the show here on Saturday, it means you still have time to stop by. They'll be open until 7 p.m. today. And now, back to David and Adam with some of the deals for this week.
All right. So I'm really happy to talk about several tax-free deals.
Yes.
So all of these deals right now through the month of August are tax-free or, until we run out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
whichever comes first.
That's right.
And we got a whole month to do it, too.
That's right. So, hey, we got in a whole bunch of Chromebooks. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't typically sell Chromebooks, but, we got such a good deal on these for back to school. I'm telling you, for your elementary age kids, even middle school age, or even high school kids, these Chromebooks, they're HP Chromebooks, so they're not some cheap knockoff. HP Chromebooks, they run the latest version of the
Chrome OS,
Chrome operating system, and they're only $50, $49.99.
That's really hard to beat, to have a device that you can use for just some schoolwork, some internet browsing. They're
11.6-inch screens, so kind of small. But they're made by HP. They come with a genuine HP charger, like as all of our laptops come with a genuine manufacturer's chargers. But for $49.99, heck, the charger we sell for $30. The charger, if you need another charger, it's $30 just for the charger, because it's genuine HP. And so you get the charger plus the laptop for $49.99. It's a Chromebook.
Yeah.
So. Adam, explain the difference between Chromebook and Windows, because we actually got an email from a customer wanting to know if this will run Windows.
So the main thing with Chromebooks is they are not Windows-based computers. Mm-hmm. They run what Dave was saying is called Chrome OS. It's Google's proprietary operating system that runs on these systems. So you are kind of more at the mercy of what Google allows you to install. But that doesn't mean it's any less of a computer in the ways of accessing things online.
You can
being able to do stuff on it.
Right. You can access anything online like you could in a Windows-based computer, right? So you can go to any website. You can download stuff into the cloud. Typically with Chromebooks, they don't have very much storage, if any storage at all. Mm-hmm. So they're depending on the Google Cloud.
Yes, Google Drive.
Google Drive to save your files to. But still, for $49.99, folks, you get these while we still have them. It's just a great value for a genuine HP Chromebook.
Yeah.
It's just
and
$50.
And no sales tax on it. So
That's
the $49.99, that's what you're going to be paying for it. Or pick up 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them if you want to.
Yep, we got a ton of them. Mm-hmm. So, come on in.
And like you mentioned, a great option for a kid's first laptop.
Yeah. Oh, it's
trying to show them how to use a laptop correctly in ways like this for $50. Yeah, it's okay if you happen to break it because they're kids.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So these are great little Chromebooks.
Yeah.
I love them.
And that's how Chromebooks were kind of made too, is to just kind of be used and abused, break if they have to. They're not exactly repairable as far as conventional laptops and desktops go, but that doesn't make them, again, any less.
Yeah, and these actually are kind of pretty rugged for a Chromebook. So not bad at all.
Got to give it to HP for that build quality there.
That's right. So how about some Windows-based laptops? Mm-hmm. We have the Lenovo ThinkPad X13. It's a 13.3-inch laptop. This has been a great seller for us for, a couple months now. We got so many of them in, and we still have some. They're $299.99. These are $700-800 laptops for $300. Tax-free right now at Refresh Computers. We have the Dell Latitude 5400. It's a 14-inch laptop from Dell, and it's also one of their business class models. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference between the business class models and the consumer grade models. A big difference. And, we've talked about those differences lots of times. We can start with the hinges on the laptop are typically metal hinges or some kind of alloy that's, very strong.
More
hinges, more rugged, not plasticky hinges that break a lot on the consumer grade laptops. And, that's one thing. The motherboards inside these laptops are much more substantial than the motherboards inside a consumer grade.
Yeah.
They're about double the size of the motherboard. It doesn't make them really bigger or bulkier, because if you open up a laptop that's a consumer grade, like a Dell Inspiron, for example, they have one of Dell's consumer grades, the Inspiron. That motherboard is only just a tiny little part,
maybe an eighth of the actual inside size
of the laptop. Where if you look at the Latitude 5400 motherboard, it's taking up at least a half of the space inside that laptop. So
not to mention the better cooling system that's in those systems as well. The Inspirons, they don't really have a sophisticated cooling system, a little tiny fan and little tiny heat pipe. That's it. These Latitudes normally come with a bulkier copper heat sink, a bigger fan, so they're better overall than any other computer you could get at a big box store.
Very strong and easy to upgrade too.
Yes.
Very easy to upgrade. So this Latitude 5400, the 14-inch, is $319.99, has been another staple for the last couple of months, and we just keep getting more in, and we just keep selling them like crazy. It has 16 gig of RAM, a brand new 256 gig solid state drive, Windows 11 Pro for just $319.99. This is about a $700 or $800 laptop in itself. So maybe you want something with a little bit bigger screen. We have the Dell Latitude 3520. It's an 11th gen laptop, not very old at all. It has a 15.6 inch screen, and we're proud to have that 1,000 plus laptop for only $499.99.
Yeah.
Sales tax free. So you save another $35 right there if you buy this from us at Refresh Computers, because you're not paying sales tax the whole month of August. So it's the Dell Latitude 3520, 16 gig of RAM, a brand new 256 gig solid state drive. And let me just mention too, folks, that we have upgrades for these Dells that you can upgrade the memory if you want to. You can upgrade the solid state drives. We have solid state drives now all the way up to 4 terabytes, actually, Adam. We're stocking 4 terabyte solid state drives in the store now. And most people probably don't need that big of a solid state drive.
I don't think so. I don't even have a need for 4 terabytes of space.
I don't either. Just for reference, I use a 1 terabyte, and it's kind of full, from time to time. But with all the cloud storage that's available out there, the only thing with me, Adam, is I like to, whatever I have in the cloud, I still like to have on my laptop and my desktop. So I don't rely 100% on the, so I can have it with me everywhere. So
it's one of those things that as long as you have cloud storage, you need an internet connection to be able to access those files.
Which is why I also like to have it local. And that's what I love about OneDrive. Microsoft OneDrive is a folder on your computer or laptop that you actually save files to, and it also saves it into the cloud, on the OneDrive cloud. But it's always on your computer also.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about that. Anyway, so you can upgrade any of these laptops and the desktops I'm going to talk about soon to larger solid state drives, more RAM. I think the Latitude 3520 will take probably up to 64 gig of RAM, but most people don't need that much RAM. Yeah. Let's talk about some desktops. You want to take over and do
definitely.
The desktops?
Yeah, so one of the biggest sellers we have right now for a desktop is the HP EliteDesk 800 G5. It's an i5 system with 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabytes of solid-state storage. New solid-state storage as well, one of the major things we put into all of our refurbished systems. We have that with Windows 11 Pro for just $249.99. Again,
great deal.
Tax-free holiday. Get it while you can.
A lot of businesses buy this one, too.
Yeah, this one and I believe the slightly older child of it.
Yep.
We also have the Dell Optiplex 3070. This one, it comes again with an i5 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of storage. This is Dell's small form factor system, so it's about 13 inches by 13 inches by about 4 inches in size. Doesn't take up too much desk space at all, really.
Probably the most popular size.
I would say, yeah. And this one we have coming in at $269.99.
Super deal. It's a $1,000 desktop for $270.
Yeah, and these are the kind of desktops that are inside out of ATMs running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that great Florida heat that we have here.
Very robust.
Oh, yeah.
Beefy power supplies inside these. They're just the business class desktops that are just made to run and run and run. This is a good 6 to 8 year computer.
Yeah, these Optiplex systems are really hard to beat because they're just reliable. I know I've had customers that said they haven't shut theirs down in 5 years, and it's still going strong. They don't hear any noises out of it, and it still does everything it does when they boot it up the first day.
Well, the way we refurbish these help make them be able to do that kind of thing, because we put new thermal paste on the CPU, which is extremely important.
Yes.
We put brand new CMOS batteries, a little button battery that keeps the time on the motherboard. We don't even bother testing those little batteries because we pay so little for them since we buy them in bulk.
Yeah.
We just, by default, put brand new ones in every single computer. And, that's really refurbishing, folks. I mean, that's really refurbishing. You get a new CMOS battery, new thermal paste, new solid-state drives.
That's one of the most important parts is that solid-state drive. Everything that you're saving on that computer goes on that drive. You want to have a new one that you can rely on. You don't want one that's been ran for 20 years already that's on its way out.
That's right. And, and so my favorite customers are the ones I see every 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Because they come in and it's like, oh, it's good to see you. I haven't been here in 8 years, because the computer that they bought from us the last time was lasting that long.
Yeah.
And these will last that long as well.
So maybe you want something a little different. You don't want just a desktop. You want an all-in-one system. It's got this computer inside of the screen. We've got a good one at the store for you. We've got the Lenovo Idea Center 3. It's a touchscreen, all-in-one computer. Comes with an i5 10th generation processor, so not too old at all. That brand new solid-state drive in it that we put in all of our computers. And this one actually comes with a wireless Lenovo keyboard and mouse, right, Dave?
That's right. And it's a 24-inch touchscreen. Yep. So, we have businesses buying these all the time, too. We just shipped like 6 of these to a business out of state. I want to say Indiana or somewhere. They saw them on our website. And they use them. Actually, they didn't even need the stands. They asked me to take the stands off and ship them without the stands because they mount them on the wall for something in their business, and they just love them. And actually, Adam, they sent me another email. They want 11 more. So,
wow.
We're mentioning that hopefully we still have them in stock by the time people would want to take a look. And don't forget, you can go to the website at refreshcomputers.net and check out any of these computers and laptops and hundreds more. Yeah. There's so many there on the website that you can take a look at.
We've got our live inventory there.
That's
so
right.
if we sell the last one in store, it pulls from the website, so you don't have to wonder, well, do they actually have that?
That's right. I mean, it's right there. If you see it on the website, it's in the store. So, feel free to buy it, and you can select you're going to pick it up in the store during checkout, or you can have it shipped anywhere in the continental USA. We can do that for you as well. Just right there, right? Everything right there on the website. And don't forget, tax-free holiday, the whole month of August on all these deals.
Yeah. So for that Lenovo Idea Center 3, we've got that with Windows 11, big one right there, for $399.99.
Oh, yeah, we had to tell the price.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's the important part with these. But again, super deal. That computer's probably, I'd say, $1,200 brand new. Yeah, you've got a third of the price right there.
Well, because it includes the genuine Lenovo wireless keyboard and mouse, which is like $80.
Yeah.
This is
you've got a whole package deal already.
That's
here.
right.
You don't have to worry about buying anything else. So maybe you need a desktop that can just do some heavy lifting for you. Maybe you do some CAD work, blueprinting work. That's a big one that I've seen recently. We've got a good desktop in the store, the Dell Precision T3630. So this system, it comes with an i7 processor, nice powerful processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of storage. We put a little bit more in here because we know the type of work that's going to be done with this machine. We want that extra space there.
That's right.
It makes it just a little easier. It also comes with a GTX 1060 NVIDIA graphics card. So this can do all the heavy lifting you need to do for your CAD work, your 3D art. You've got blueprint work. There's a lot of applications that you need additional processing power on the graphics side that just your conventional computer is not going to give you. We've got that with Windows 11 Pro for $399.99.
That's such a great deal. That video card's worth almost that.
Yeah.
All by itself. That's it for the deals, folks. Don't forget tax-free deals at Refresh Computers. Go to refreshcomputers.net and see all of these. We'll be right back with the Business Spotlight right after this.
Hey there, and welcome back to Tech Talk here on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk. I'm Greg Rhodes here with David Leavitt, president and founder of Refresh Computer Superstore, and technician Adam Littlefield. You can go ahead and contact the Refresh Computer Superstore by calling their free tech support hotline at 407-478-8200. And now, back to David and Adam for my favorite segment, the Business Spotlight.
That's right, Greg. And, this segment is one of our favorite segments also because we get to thank businesses who have done business with Refresh Computers. And so many businesses in Central Florida depend on Refresh Computers for really good, reliable computers. Because let's face it, folks, I mean, your computer is, the heart of your business. And in a lot of cases, it's the heartbeat. You got to have a really good, reliable computer. And that's why so many people buy these computers and laptops from Refresh Computers because they know they're getting a quality product, and they've been getting quality products for, over 2 decades, 25 years going. So it's just amazing the number of businesses that do business with Refresh Computers. So we like to give them a shout out.
And that's really the best review of your company, is to show that small businesses in your local community trust your small business
from doctor's offices to dentists to vet clinics to, very businesses that really need a good computer, and it's going to last them, auto shops, but anyway, I'll let you start listing them, Adam, before we run out of time.
Yeah, definitely. So we had the Castleberry Veterans Inc. They came by and purchased one of our Dell Latitude 7400 2-in-1 laptops. I believe this is the one that can fold the screen all the way back. So
all the way around.
They've got almost like a tablet laptop in their hands at that point.
Very nice laptop.
Oh, yeah. We had the Tri Group. They came by and purchased one of our Dell Optiplex 7040 systems, just a little rink-a-dink one for their front-end office. We also had IT Solutions Orlando. They purchased one of our HP EliteDesk 800 G5 systems that I was mentioning earlier. And they also got a monitor adapter cable for, I believe they had an older monitor that ran the VGA port, that big blue plug on it.
We sell every type of monitor adapter cable, and unfortunately, there's a lot of them.
There are.
We sell them all right there at Refresh Computers. So, wherever you bought your computer or your monitor, if it doesn't fit your existing computer or, we have the adapter cable.
Your one-stop shop. You don't have to run out somewhere to grab a different cable somewhere.
Yeah.
We also had Market Apparel, LLC. They came by and purchased a couple of our Dell Optiplex 5070 systems. I believe they're renovating a bunch of their office systems right now to get off of Windows 10.
Mm-hmm.
We also had Powered Technologies. They brought us a Lenovo to replace the motherboard in. So Norwell, he went through and got all of that done for him very quickly, too. We got that board in way faster than I know Norwell was expecting.
Well, Power Technologies have been using us to repair laptops for their customers for years now. So proud to be able to do that for them.
We also had Florida Pressure Washing Equipment. They purchased one of our Dell Optiplex 3070 systems, and we went ahead and also cloned over all of their information from the old system to that new one for them.
That's right, folks. You can bring in your old computer or your laptop, and we'll do a clone over it. If it's possible to do a clone, not always. Sometimes it's just a data transfer.
Yes.
We'll do a data transfer. There's a difference. We can transfer data from your old computer to the computer or laptop that you buy from Refresh Computers. We do that for a lot of people.
Takes a lot of the hassle out of getting something new when it runs just like your old one did, but better.
That's right.
We also had Autotech International. They purchased one of our Dell Optiplex 7060 systems, and they also got a year extended warranty on that. So
we have 1 year, 2 year, 3 year extended warranties, very reasonably priced, and it extends the warranty that you get from Refresh Computers, which is 90 days. It extends that an additional 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So if you buy the 1 year warranty,
out of the 1 year.
That's right, 15 months.
We had Tominski Modern Wellness, LLC. They came by and purchased one of our fabulous Apple MacBook Pros that we have in store right now. I think we have those for $399.99.
We have some for $399. Some we have others for $499.99.
So great prices on those Apple devices. We also had Advanced Cabling Solutions. They just had us for reload Windows on one of their computers. It wasn't running right. They just wanted to start fresh.
All right. Well, we do that quite often. Well,
yeah.
That's all we have time for today, folks. I really appreciate you listening to Tech Talk with Refresh Computers. Don't forget the sales tax holiday the entire month of August and that free tech support hotline, which is 407-478-8200. This is David Leavitt with Refresh Computers. We'll be talking to you again next week.